All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Central Valley Business. We are live around the world on the internet on centralvalleytalk.com. So glad you're with us today. My name is Mike Scott. My first guest today is Howard Watkins, a local photographer, and he's going to tell us about, he's making a nice donation to the Madden Library out at Fresno State.
Yes.
Hundreds of thousands of your photos you're going to donate.
Yes, I've taken about 300,000 photos as a community photographer, and I'm donating probably about 200,000 that are worthy of being available. And my goal is to make them all available to the public free of charge. And the first 30 years, from 1973 to 2003, would be on the Madden Library website.
Digitally.
Yes. And then from 2004 to present would be on my own personal website, where, again, either one people can access, and if they see a photo they want, they could download it for free for personal use.
Ah.
And my personal website has my photos from the latter part of 2007 to present. There's like 3,500 albums and 135,000 photos. Those are already available. If people know a date of an event or the name of the event, they can search for it there.
Now, you have an exhibit currently at the library.
Yes, it runs through this Friday. The library on the second floor of Lips is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's free. I have 48 of my more iconic photos framed at 16 by 20 on display, plus another 40 photo boards that are themed boards by subject matter to help show the breadth of my collection.
And you do cover the gamut. They're not all people. They're not all landscapes. They're a mixture of everything.
It's the largest collection of people, places, and events and photos that are privately, personally held in Fresno, covering the last 4 decades in the Fresno-Clovis area.
So you kind of picked up where Pop Laval left off.
And I'm very honored by that. The City Council recently designated me the city's photo laureate, and the County Board of Supervisors did that similarly a few years back. And I'm very honored by that recognition.
Did you get a key to the city?
No.
No.
Got a resolution.
A resolution? Well, that's nice to hang on the wall.
But I take the camera wherever I go and see something, I'll take photos of it. I specialize in group photos, which I'm set up, with my experience, I could take a large group photo of hundreds of people in 5 or 10 minutes, because I work on it a little bit ahead of time, talk to the powers that be, get approval, and figure out the logistics
there
of
you
it.
go. You brought some photos today to give us an example of your work, and we're going to
Probably
pulse
the
through
most
these.
recognized one is Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
That was taken actually in L.A. in 1967 at an anti-war rally. He was very accommodating, signing autographs there. In political, there's Bill Clinton, president, speaking at the Daly Elementary School.
In Fresno.
In Fresno. There's George Bush, when he was president, speaking at the Wooey's food processing plant in Dinuba.
Dinuba, yeah.
G.L. Johnson, pastor at People's Church for many years.
Yeah.
This was taken at the Promise Keepers rally at Bulldog Stadium a few years back.
I remember that. They got a big crowd there. Yeah.
They did. It was a full stadium. The Sesquicentennial Parade, the 150th anniversary parade for the county, that's the Sun-Made Raisins trolley car entry.
Yosemite.
A scenic photo, Yosemite Valley, in January of '93, middle of winter. It has cloud right in the middle of the valley. That was a pleasant surprise.
So you didn't plan that?
I did not. Back to the
cloud was there.
Sesquicentennial, that's the County Board of Supervisors float in the parade, passing the hall records and the main courthouse. This is the most historic photo.
The sheriff?
The sheriff, the DA, the presiding judge, and the chief probation officer documenting the first time in California history that 4 women held those court-related posts.
Well, that is a historic moment.
And it may be the first time in the country. There's no way to really document it. Group photos, that's the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom at Hacienda Ballroom back in 1990 at their 25th anniversary.
I missed the Hacienda. That was a great place.
It was before my time, but Frank Sinatra sang.
Sinatra there, yeah.
In the legal community, that's Bernie Whitkin, the #1 legal guru of California law. There is no law office in California that doesn't have at least one of his books.
And he was from Fresno.
No, he was a member of the Fresno County Bar.
Oh, okay.
And he came and spoke. The Bluesteins, Gene Bluestein and his 2 sons, great musicians.
Is that the Wild Blue?
No.
No?
They played at the Wild
Yeah.
Blue, but Those photos, here's an aerial photo I took of downtown Fresno. I joked that it was on a pogo stick. It was actually a commercial flight to L.A., but it was so close to downtown, my wide-angle lens through the window could not capture all of the downtown.
Wow. Today you'd use a drone to get that kind of a picture.
Yeah,
Do you use drones at all?
No. I'm an amateur photographer, but I've taken so many photos.
How can you call yourself an amateur photographer?
Because I don't charge for the work I do. I donate. So if I go to an event, I'll either email them the photos and email them to a link or make a CD, give it to them, and let people make their own prints.
Well, how do you make money then? How do you support yourself?
Well, I have a pension and Social Security, and that meets the family needs. But I'm also, for the project, basically it's a $200,000 project. So I am reaching out to the community for donations. I partnered with the Fresno Regional Foundation. So donations to the foundation, attention to the Watkins Photo Fund, become tax deductible to the donor. And I'm hoping to raise that much money, because if I can raise that much, I can make all these photos available free to the public. And that's my legacy. That's my giving back. There are a lot of people that give back to the community that have a lot of money. The Peters, Leon S. Peters and Alice and Pete Peters, the Hollowells, the Richters, Bill Lyles. They have the funds that they can give back, and they're very generous. I don't have the money, but I have the photos.
I'm a little confused. What do you need the $200,000 for?
The cost to upload 10 terabytes of photos. That's a lot of storage. You have to pay for the digital storage space, the staff time at the library. To upload it, they have to bring in extra staff to do it. And then to maintain it in perpetuity is almost $6,000 a year. They have to refresh it every year, because the digital quality will deteriorate if they don't refresh it. And
really?
So I have to.
Digital pictures will deteriorate?
They do.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I thought it was just a file. How can that deteriorate?
Yeah. I have one of my external hard drives. I have 15 terabytes of external hard drives at home, and one of them died, and I have to send it back to see if the company can recover the data. Otherwise, I have backups, but they're not as high quality as what's on that hard drive.
I'm totally confused now. How can a digital picture deteriorate? It's just a series of numbers in computer code.
Yes.
What deteriorates?
I do not know. That's beyond my
I'm going to have to look that
knowledge.
up. You piqued my interest on that one, Howard.
But I've been told by not just library people, but a lot of other high-tech people, it does deteriorate over time. So you have to copy it onto a new drive. And when you have 10 terabytes, that takes a long time, and you got to make sure it's copying properly.
Okay. So if people want to support your project, what can they do?
You can go to, well, if you go to my website, there's a donation page, and there's information there, how to do it by check or credit card. And again, it doesn't come to me. It goes to the foundation, and the library has to approve any expenditure from that fund. It's not my personal fund. If you want to do it directly to the Fresno Regional Foundation, it's Fresno Reg, R-E-G, Foundation. And you go to giving, and then you fill in the data, and for the fund, it's the Howard K. Watkins Photographic Archive Fund. And then they'll send an acknowledgement letter, and it's fully tax deductible.
What do you think? What's your favorite picture? What's the best picture you ever took?
Well, the Muhammad Ali, because that's really an iconic photo. But I also have a nice photo of Audra McDonald when she was in Fresno. I'm a big fan of hers.
She's going to be at the Gallo Center in Modesto in a couple of weeks.
And we're going to see if we can get up there for it.
Yeah.
She
comes back to Fresno every once in a while.
She's the only person I ever knew from Fresno that made it to the national limelight. And when she gets an award, she thanks Fresno. She acknowledges her roots.
She used to perform a couple of blocks from here at
Junior
Roger
Company.
Rockets.
And I have a photo of her when she was 12 in Junior Company.
Wow.
I forgot about it until I was looking through my photos. And one of the points Elizabeth Laval, Pop's great-granddaughter, told me, which I've taken to heart, Howard, you don't know what photo you take today that in 30, 40, 50 years will be of great significance.
Very true.
So you shoot away, you take photos, and I've recorded a good deal of Fresno history. I don't have a photo for every single event, because I was doing this on my own time. Pop was a professional photographer, so he was hired to take all the photos he took. And I had to do this outside of work.
Well, you're doing a great job. Howard Watkins, local photographer, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it.
The Watkins Photo Archive Project. You heard about it right here on Central Valley Talk.